Hello students, let us continue chapter 18 wastewater story. In the previous class we discussed about wastewater treatment plant. Let us now discuss become an active citizen. Waste generation is a natural part of human activity, but we can limit the type of waste and quantity of waste produced. Often, we have been repelled by offensive smell. The sight of open drains is disgusting. The situation worsens in the rainy season when the drains start overflowing. We have to wade through the mud pools on the roads. Most unhygienic and unsanitary conditions prevail. Flies, mosquitoes, and other insects breed in it. In this paragraph, we are told that waste generation is a natural part of human activity because we all know that during our various activities in our day-to-day life, waste generation is a natural part. We should try to reduce the waste that produced in our household so that there is not much pressure on the wastewater treatment plant. It is often difficult to clean tons of wastewater. The sewage water can cause several problems such as harmful diseases, unhygienic and unsanitary conditions in the locality. Hence, we can be more considerate about producing a limited amount of waste, and we can accomplish this by adopting better housekeeping practices. The water in a river is cleaned naturally by processes that are similar to those adopted in a wastewater treatment plant. सो जो वेस्ट वाटर ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट WWTP में जो प्रोसेसेस होते हैं वाटर को क्लीन करने के लिए, जो वाटर रिवर में क्लीन होता है, वाटर इन अ रिवर इज क्लीन्ड इन द सिमिलर मैनर. Did you know it has been suggested that we should plant eucalyptus trees all along sewage ponds? These trees absorb all surplus wastewater rapidly and release pure water vapor into the atmosphere. So here we are told about eucalyptus plant and its water cleaning properties. Eucalyptus plants can absorb water at a faster rate and they release pure water vapor. In this way, they act as a natural water purifier. Hence, it is advised to plant eucalyptus trees along sewage ponds. You can be an enlightened citizen and approach the municipality or the Gram Panchayat. Insist that the sewage drains be covered. If the sewage of any particular house makes the neighborhood dirty, you should request them to be more considerate about others' health. We can become an active citizen, an enlightened citizen, by making sure that there are no open drains or sewers in our locality. अगर ऐसा कोई आपको आपकी नज़र में ओपन ड्रेन्स आते हैं देन यू शुड इमीडिएटली रिपोर्ट द सेम टू द म्यूनसिपालिटी. अगर आपके नेबरहुड में कोई ऐसा है, कोई ऐसा घर है जिनकी वजह से नेबरहुड गंदा हो रहा है, तो यू शुड डिस्कस विद देम एंड यू शुड रिक्वेस्ट टू देम दैट you should be more careful, that particular household should be more careful about their waste management and also about others' health. Let us now discuss the next topic, better housekeeping practices. One of the ways to minimize or eliminate waste and pollutants at their source is to see what you are releasing down the drain. A good way to minimize the sewage water is to check what is going in our drains. If we dispose of our waste properly, we may be able to reduce the sewage. So here you are given some housekeeping practices that we should adopt. Firstly, cooking oil and fats should not be thrown down the drain. They can harden and block the pipes. In an open drain, the fats clog the soil pores, reducing its effectiveness in filtering water. Throw oil and fats in the dustbin. सो यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहे हैं, वी शुड थ्रो ऑल द ऑयल एंड फैट्स इन द डस्टबिन rather than throwing them off the drain. Oil and fats harden and they can block the drains. Moreover, it is difficult to separate such oil and fats from the water. Next, chemicals like paints, solvents, insecticides, motor oil, medicines may kill microbes that help purify water. So do not throw them down the drain. So here we are told that we should not throw chemicals in the drains such as insecticides, motor oils, medicines, because they can kill the microbes in the water that help in its purification. So you should not throw them in the drain. Next, used tea leaves, solid food remains, soft toys, cotton, sanitary towels, etc. should be thrown in the dustbin. These wastes choke the drains. They do not allow free flow of oxygen. This hampers the degradation process. Here, as we are shown in figure 18.7, do not throw everything in the sink. We should not throw things like tea leaves, food remains, cotton, soft toys, sanitary towels, etc. in the sink. We should always throw them in the dustbin, or else these will clog the drains and it will not allow the free flow of ऑक्सीजन, जिसके वजह से जो डिग्रेडेशन प्रोसेस होता है वो स्लो हो जाता है. सो इस वजह से हमें ये सब वेस्ट को कहाँ फेंकना चाहिए, वी शुड थ्रो देम इन द डस्टबिन रादर दैन द सिंक. Sanitation and disease. Poor sanitation and contaminated drinking water is the cause of a large number of diseases. So जो हमारा next topic है वो है sanitation and disease. Sanitation refers to the health condition of people related to the disposal of sewage, human excreta, and provision of clean drinking water. Poor sanitation and polluted drinking water can lead to many diseases. Let us look at our own country. A vast number of our people are still without sewerage facilities. Where do they relieve themselves? Even in today's times, a lot of people in our country do not have proper sanitation facilities. A sanitation system aims to provide a clean environment for us so we can stay away from diseases. A very large fraction of our people defecates in the open, on dry riverbeds, on railway tracks, near fields, and many a time directly in water. Untreated human excreta is a health hazard. It may cause water pollution and soil pollution. Both the surface water and groundwater get polluted. Groundwater is a source of water for wells, tube wells, springs, and many rivers, as you learned in chapter 16. Thus, it becomes the most common route for waterborne diseases. They include cholera, typhoid, polio, meningitis, hepatitis, and dysentery. The human excreta is a health hazard and can lead to soil and water pollution. Because of the lack of sewerage facilities, many people defecate in the open, such as on dry riverbeds, on railway tracks, near fields, and many times directly in the water. Now, because of this, there is water pollution and soil pollution. Hence, people should never defecate in the open, because both the surface water and the groundwater gets polluted. Because of soil pollution, the groundwater gets polluted. अब groundwater का usage हमने already सीख लिया है. This is a source of water for wells, tube wells, springs, and many rivers, as we have learned in chapter 16. Improper sanitation can give rise to different diseases that arise from contaminated water, such as cholera, typhoid, polio, meningitis, hepatitis, and dysentery. Alternative arrangement for sewage disposal. To improve sanitation, low cost on site sewage disposal systems are being encouraged. Examples are septic tanks, chemical toilets, composting pits. Septic tanks are suitable for places where there is no sewerage system, for hospitals, isolated buildings, or a cluster of 4 to 5 houses. So, as an alternative for sewage disposal, on site sewage is being used nowadays. For example, septic tanks, chemical toilets, and composting pits. The on site sewage treatments use natural procedures to treat and dispose of the wastewater or sewage. This system is suitable in places where there is no central wastewater collection system. First of all, let us talk about septic tanks. A septic tank is often installed under the ground in houses or buildings such as hospitals. It allows decomposition of sewage from home through the action of anaerobic bacteria. Next, chemical toilets has a separate compartment that treats human waste with chemicals and decreases the odor. Lastly, composting toilets treats human waste with biological processes. The aerobic bacteria are present in a storage tank that act upon the waste and turn it into compost. Some organizations offer hygienic on site human waste disposal technology. These toilets do not require scavenging. Excreta from the toilet seats flow through covered drains into a biogas plant. The biogas produced is used as a source of energy. Now, many organizations have also installed on site hygienic waste disposal technology in which human excreta directly flows into a biogas plant and it is used as a energy resource. So here we are told that these toilets do not require scavenging. Scavenging means to search for and collect from the discarded waste. So यहाँ पे ऐसे scavenging की ज़रूरत नहीं है. We don't need to remove these particles because they directly go into the biogas plants through covered drains. So these biogas produced is used as a source of energy. Sanitation at public places. In our country, fairs are organized periodically. A large number of people participate in them. In the same way, railway stations, bus depots, airports, hospitals are very busy places. Thousands of people visit them daily. Large amount of waste is generated here. It must be disposed of properly, otherwise epidemics could break out. There are numerous places in our country which are very busy, such as bus depots, airports, railway stations, hospital, etc. Many a times, large gatherings such as fairs and festivals are also organized where large number of people visits. This results in a generation of large amount of waste, and if the waste is not treated properly, it can lead to several diseases and even a epidemic. Here, epidemic means a widespread occurrence of an infectious disease in a community at a particular time. All this because the waste is not disposed of properly. So it must be taken care of. The government has laid down certain standards of sanitation, but unfortunately, they are not strictly enforced. However, all of us can contribute in maintaining sanitation at public places. We should not scatter litter anywhere. If there is no dustbin in sight, we should carry the litter home and throw it in the dustbin. Being a responsible citizen, we should all contribute in maintaining proper hygiene at public places. Even though the government has laid certain safety standards and of sanitation, but most of them are not strictly followed by us. So we should be responsible and we should not throw litter here and there in public places. We should always throw the waste in the dustbin. If there is no dustbin, then the litter should be carried home and it should only be thrown in the dustbin. Hence, we should all become aware and contribute to maintaining sanitation not only in our homes but also at public places. Conclusion. We all have a role to play in keeping our environment clean and healthy. You must realize your responsibility in maintaining the water sources in a healthy state. Adopting good sanitation practices should be our way of life. As an agent of change, your individual initiative will make a great difference. Influence others with your energy, ideas, and optimism. A lot can be done if people work together. There is great power in collective action. In the end, we all know that we have a role to play in keeping the environment clean and healthy. If we adopt certain practices at public places, we can help in maintaining their sanitation. You should be responsible and also motivate others with your energy, ideas, and optimism, means positive thinking. A lot of change can be accomplished if the people work together. As we know, there is great power in collective action. The chapter ends with a quote by Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi said, "No one need to wait for anyone else to adopt a humane and enlightened course of action." This means that if you want to do a good deed or make others aware, you can do it yourself without waiting for others to do it first.